Time for true crime. Hi, I'm back. Did you miss me? Duh. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Anisha Blair. I started a YouTube channel and I think I figured out what I want to be doing on my channel. So what I'm going to be doing is anything I want. I do reactions, I do true crimes, and just lifestyle stuff, like whatever I feel like filming, I'm a film. So if that sounds like anything that might interest you, you could go ahead and subscribe. Click the subscribe button. It should be down below in red. Oh, also click the bell so that you get all my notifications. And yeah, let's get into it. Today is going to be the case of the Talhotblond. So where I'm going to start this case from is I have my foundation right here, right in front of me, so that I do not forget to put it on, because the last true crime I did not put foundation on. So where I'm gonna start the case from today, it is with a guy named Thomas Montgomery. Thomas was like 47 years old. He was from New York. He worked at the Dino Braid factory, and he had a wife. He had kids. He was seemingly a regular dude, but Thomas was having a little marriage troubles. I don't know, I guess his marriage just lost that spark, you know? Like, the love is lost. Well, not love lost, but you know, there's not that spark anymore. Whatever the case is, I've never been in love, so can't tell you what it feels like. I don't know. He's not feeling the same way towards his wife. He's not getting satisfaction from their union ship. He's like, I want more. Like, there has to be something else. Like, give me more. Anyways, this case takes place in 2006. My apologies, by the way. Well, early 2006, maybe 2005. He's been married to his wife. I'm not gonna put his wife's name and stuff. All these things are things that you can Google. Just Google Thomas Montgomery wife, and you'll see her. But I'm not gonna put her stuff, because honestly, what happened is, like, I wouldn't want to be associated. So I'm not gonna put her stuff out there after like 17 years of marriage. So I don't know, I guess he thought that it was like getting a little stale. He wanted excitement or something in his life that he was not getting from his 17-year unionship with his wife. Imagine being married to somebody for almost 20 years and then falling out of love. Why is there always a fly? Please. So, Thomas Montgomery, ends up going into these online game rooms. So he was playing like blackjack and like those sorts of games. I don't know if he finds some sort of enjoyment from these games or something extra that he's not getting from his, family life. Anyways, but this girl by the name of Talhotblond messages him in this chat room, and she says, oh, well, I think that you might be in the wrong chat room. Like, this is a kid's chat room, and he's 46. So Mr. Montgomery is like, oh shit, quick, think of something. And then he says, oh, I'm a kid, I'm 18. So there goes the first lie. She is a 17-year-old girl from West Virginia. I guess she's like, wow, this 18-year-old boy. I don't know how people talk to strangers on the internet anyways, but do you, I guess. Jessie. Oh, today I'm not gonna be doing like a extravagant look or anything, because I honestly can't. Jessie is talking to this guy who she thinks is an 18-year-old guy, but he's actually a 46-year-old man, and he lied. And his reasoning for lying was because, I guess at that time, there was like a whole bunch of like these stings where like people would set people up You know what I mean? Where to be talking to like these underage people, and then like people bust up with like cameras and stuff. I'm like, aha, predator. I guess he was nervous, so he lied. It still don't make sense, but he could have just like, you know, logged out like a normal person. But he lied. There goes the beginning of the end. Thomas's marriage is like on the rocks, and here he is messaging this 17-year-old girl, and she is entertaining this guy. Apparently, Jessie, which is her name, Jessie, sends Tommy, which is what he said his name was. Also, his screen name was Marine Sniper. So Jessie is talking to Marine Sniper. Apparently, she sends him like pictures of herself on the first day of them talking. Not pornographic photos, but like suggested photos, like, yeah, you know, very smexy looking photos. And this is the first day, so you know, I guess he's like damn, hell yeah. I'm so uncomfortable. As time goes by, I think he like really starts to form like this connection to Jessie and Marine Sniper, which is his screen name, right? They're sending all these text messages back and forth. You know what? I'm gonna put my foundation on right now so that I don't forget. This is as much as I put on my hand. I'm back after some technical difficulties. So if this don't blend into my skin because it was on my face way too long, you know, like, please. As I was saying, I think he developed like a real, I wouldn't say he had like feelings like, oh my god, like I love you. I think it was kind of like an obsession. Like she was this cute girl that was talking to him, no matter he was an old ass dude, but you know, he finally has something like exciting in his life. You know what I mean? Oh, also, he told her lies. Like, his age was not the only thing he lied about. Surprise, surprise, you know? If you lie once, like, expect a million other lies to follow. But, he was also telling her, like, you know, like, yeah, I'm 18, just finished boot camp, and he is a Marine, which is hence the name Marine Sniper, but obviously he wasn't a Marine. He was just, like, he was obsessed with the Army. I think he like enrolled, I can't remember, but I might get some things incorrect, so like I always say, feel free to click the links in the description down below to see where I got my information from, and you can read up because I might not remember everything verbatim, word for word, or something might slip my mind. I might try to include it in the editing, but you know, you never know, so you can always read up. But I think he had enrolled in the Army like back in his youth, like actually when he was like younger, like 18, and he was kind of like obsessed with the idea of being like this tough guy. I guess this is what happens when you leave concealer on your face for way too long. I'm just gonna put some more under my eyes because this is horrendous. But he was like having these like fantasies, like he was in like combat and stuff like that. Obviously he never experienced these things, so this like Marine Sniper guy that he created, that started as like a, you know, just like a lie because he got spooked, was becoming this extra reality. I guess it was like a thing for him where he could pretend to like live the life that he wanted to live but like never got to. I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, but that's what it sounds like. Basically, he's caught up in this whole like Tommy character. And remember when I told you that she sent him photos of herself? He sent her a photo of himself as well, but obviously it wasn't like a current photo, it was an old photo. This was the birth of Tommy. This whole affair actually goes on for like 6 months. So they're going back and forth, talking for 6 months and stuff. And at this point, it's kind of suggestive. They're full on flirting. I don't know how a predator's mind works. And I wouldn't like to understand how a predator's mind works. Because how can you be 46 years old, like 47, 46, and be attracted to a child? Like, anyways, they're carrying on this whole thing. Oh my god, wait, maybe I should leave my concealer on for like longer times, cause bestie, this don't look half bad. Okay, yes. Anyways, it's giving me very much weird. But anyways, they're talking, and some of the messages are like, she's telling him like, you know, like, I'm a virgin, all these things. They're like fantasizing about the first time that they're gonna meet. And she goes, I will run up and wrap my legs around you, Tommy. And then he says, wear red silk panties. Because, side note, he sent her red silk underwear. Yes, you heard me right. This grown man sent this child red silk underwear. And he's like, yeah, wear your red silk underwear. And then she says, lift up my skirt. I don't care who sees. So that's just like, you know, a little snippet. Some of the messages that were like revealed like in the documentary that I watched. So he's like in this full-on fantasy with this child. And he's living his best life, even though his marriage is on the rocks. Like, he could care less about that at this point. Like, he's with Jessie now, and Jessie loves him. They're gonna meet. It's gonna be a swell time. I don't know what was going through his mind, like if he was just, you know, just playing along with the stupid game at this point. Because obviously you're, you know, not an 18-year-old Marine. This man told so much lies. He also was lying about like stuff about his family life, like his mom being sick, just like things that like, why would you lie about? He would be trying to get sympathy from her. It's giving me very much like, you know, like bad boy, has this tough exterior, like he's a Marine, he's tough, but also like, I could be the one that you can open up to, you know, like, you're really just soft on the inside. Please. Anyways, big man, why is my under eye so full of creases? Tommy, a mess. They're living their best lives. And then shit hits the fan, because I think one of Thomas's, one of his daughters, I think, was using his computer. I think you know where this is gonna go. I think a message pops up and she's like, bitch, hell nah. Well, I don't know if she said that or if she even knew. They didn't give context. I'm not even sure how old the children were, but you know, let's just imagine that that's what it was, because she immediately called her mother. She's still a child, but she knew something was like kind of sus. Like, who the hell is Talhotblond? I could be wrong, but that's what I saw. One of the children were on her computer, saw a message, called the mother, and the mother was like, what the hell is this shit? His wife takes it upon herself. She goes on the computer, she messages Talhotblond, and she says, you know what? You need to be wary of who you speak to on the internet. You're a young girl. And actually, and she shows a photo. I'm gonna put the photo on the screen that she showed. She shows this photo and she's like, yeah, this is your Tommy. I'm his wife. This is his daughter. This is his other daughter. Like, Tommy's exposed. He is humiliated. Yeah, Thomas's wife, she finds like the computer, the messages, blah blah blah. She also finds like the underwear package and stuff, you know, the red ones. Please. So, you know, she does what she does. She sends a picture and, you know. And so Jessie, Talhotblond, she's like, well, like, why would you hurt me? Blah blah blah. He's like, I don't know. I think he said he felt like relieved. Understandable, because you've been lying this whole time. Now she knows the truth. So now Jessie knows that her precious Tommy is not an 18-year-old boy in the army. When she stopped talking to Marine Sniper Tommy, aka Thomas Montgomery, she was also talking to one of his co-workers. After Jessie finds out everything, she remembers that Tommy had a co-worker named Brian Barrett who went by the screen name Beefcake. So she contacts Beefcakes about Tommy. And I'm a little unclear because obviously Beefcake and Talhotblond and Marine Sniper are all like playing these games together, right? But Talhotblond does not know that Marine Sniper is a 47-year-old man. But Beefcake does, because Beefcake and Marine Sniper actually know each other because they work in the same place, right? Remember, what was it? Whatever, I put it on the screen. And they work at the same, like, factory. So was Beefcake under the impression that Talhotblond knew that Marine Sniper was actually an old man and she just, like, you know, like, didn't care and it was whatever? Like, did he not know that he was concocting this whole story and he was like lying about it? Anyways, so after she finds out, she messages Beefcake, Brian, and they're talking about Tommy. And after a while, the same conversation that she's having with Marine Sniper, she's having with Beefcake. So she's sending the same photos that she had sent to Marine Sniper in the beginning, right? So now she's flirting with this kid. And I mean, good for you. Go off, I guess. They're doing their thing. But also she starts talking to Marine Sniper. Now that she is aware that he is an older gentleman, she's still speaking to him. But also she's talking to Brian now the same way. When Jessie contacts Marine Sniper after she found out, the conversation goes like a little like this. He says, "Sorry for all the pain I've caused you with my lies, Talhotblond. Will you do me a favor?" "What is that?" "Don't let Tommy die. He won't, as long as he's in your heart. Let him live within you. You're crying, aren't you?" "I haven't stopped." "But I can't be your Tommy. I wish you all the happiness in the world. I love you, Jessica. And I always will." "Okay, I'm ready." "Okay, honey. Goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Jessica." Please! So dramatic, and for what? Anyways, so their conversation went a little like that. She's now essentially flirting with both men because after she contacted Marine Sniper again, they kind of started back slowly talking. But, you know, she had already started a relationship with the other guy, Beefcake, Brian Barrett. Anyways, Brian, which is Beefcake, was talking to, like, Jessica and stuff. Like, oh my god. I bet it was, like, did you know that your co-worker, Marine Sniper, like, he's, like, 47, right? And he would be like, yeah. And he was like, oh my god, he told me he was 18 and he did this. So, you know, they were, like, low-key, like, gossiping. I mean, I can't blame them because, like, you know, I probably did the same thing because that's crazy. He's talking to Talhotblond about his co-worker, Marine Sniper. They were making sport at him, and now Thomas's online life reaches back to his, like, personal life because Brian was, like, talking about, like, stuff, like, in his work. So, you know, the same way how Tommy and Talhotblond were talking about, like, yeah, they're gonna meet. So essentially she's having the same conversation with this other guy, Brian. So they're talking about, yeah, we're gonna meet, blah blah blah, but she kind of, like, changes his mind and gets, like, defensive about, like, not wanting to meet anymore because she's saying, you know, like, all he cares about is sex. Like, I'm not gonna meet him anymore, blah blah blah. And mind you, Montgomery knows that now she's talking to the other guy from his work, who is a much younger guy. So I think this is just a personal theory. I think he was feeling, like, kind of threatened because he was like, there's a message that I literally cried. Like, I screamed. I was like, excuse me? So they were gonna meet. She changes her mind. All he cares about is sex, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if Brian told Marine Sniper, like, yeah, we're actually gonna meet. And, like, he got upset And like he's messaging Brian now, and he's like, yeah, go pop her cherry, have fun with your whore. And what I find about these messages is like he tries to emotionally manipulate people, because one of these messages goes like, I can't believe you chose her over our friendship. Like, huh? You acting like y'all is besties. 1, 2, you don't own her. You're old enough to be her father. He says, Brian and Thomas talking. He says, you wanted her. You got her. Just tell her to leave me the F alone. He says, why does it bother you so much? You are so much older than her. Tell your sucking, loving little whore to stay the out of my life. This is the one that had me shut. I was like, excuse, huh? I don't wear glasses, but it made me put on my like imaginary glasses because I had to rewind. You're what? Clearly somebody's jealous. Yeah, sis is kind of playing both of them at this point. Apparently Jessie had told her mother about Marine Sniper and the whole situation, and then he's talking to like her mother, which is so freaking like weird, bruh. And the mother is like telling her to like stay away from her daughter, and then he's like agreed, tell her to stop messaging me because apparently he's upset. He finds out that Jesse's messaging Brian again, so it's just like this whole back and forth. It's like not messaging him, are you messaging, are you not messaging him? And then Brian tells Jesse like, yeah, he tried to hit me with his truck. And then Jesse's like, huh? I'm like, sir, you need to transfer. Like, no, leave. Like, complain to somebody. He actually messages Jesse, Talhotblond, and he's like, do you think I should tell like a boss of mine? And she doesn't answer. She just says, Brian, I'm really scared of him. And he says, yeah, me too. Which is like, huh? What do you mean Brian will pay in blood? Like, are you crazy? Get it together. Acting all obsessed like a maniac. Marine Sniper is like, you know, like, I can't handle you with anyone except him. Like, what do you get out of hurting me? Like, him of all people, really? You know, like, that sort of thing. Like, messaging her, like, answer me, Jessie. Like, are you back together? Blah, blah, blah. Like, just being so, like, possessive. She doesn't belong to you, sir. I think he kind of just snapped. And he messaged her, and he's like, Jessie, like, are you there? No response. He says, hey, whore, go suck your boyfriend's Brian's cock today. No response. Jessie does not respond. That was the Wednesday. The Friday, he messages again. And then he says, okay, play your game. And then he says, are you here? Jessie has signed out. Like, no response, no nothing. And this is where shit gets rough. So on this Friday, Brian was actually leaving work late at night, like after 10. And Thomas Montgomery was actually waiting on him. And so Brian approaches his truck as he's ready to leave work. And Thomas stealthily walks behind him. And as Brian gets into his truck to leave, he fires 3 gunshots through the window, and they all hit Brian, and he's left there in this parking lot of this company for 2 days because it's a Friday. He didn't have any like weekend plans or anything like that, so nobody was like expecting him to be out anywhere. You know, you would probably just assume that he's like spending his weekend chilling or something. You know what I mean? That was that, which is awful. Alright, so we're fast forwarding to the Monday where obviously somebody discovers the vehicle with his body inside, with the bullet wounds, with the, you know, the everything. No, we have a clear homicide scene. An investigation is launched. I think that Thomas Montgomery was like, it didn't take long for him to like become like a suspect or like person of interest. It was quick. They couldn't locate Thomas Montgomery right away actually, but investigators' main concern was actually not finding him. They wanted to find Jessie. I guess they looking at messages and things, and some messages included stuff like when Thomas Montgomery found out that she was still messaging Brian, he was saying that he will pay in blood, but he was also threatening her mother, saying that he will hurt people that she loves, which is why Jesse's mother got in contact with him and told him to stay away. Obviously, she didn't listen. They're trying to find Jesse. After her and Brian had that fight when she was saying that, oh, you only like me because you want to have sex with me, blah, 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 which is when she has started back talking to Thomas. She was speaking to Brian not on the gaming platforms or whatever. She was actually speaking to him like on MySpace. So when they like got hold of these things, like I guess they were able to find her location from like MySpace. So they pull up to the house, and this was like 6 a.m. I think the next day. The older woman opens the door and he's like, "Are you Jesse?" And she's like, "No, I'm Jesse's mother. Like, what's going on?" I don't think that they gave her like full details. Obviously, they had to tell her like, we're here because your daughter might be in danger, because like I said, throughout the messages, they were concerned that because Thomas took it to like this level that he actually murdered this man, and he couldn't stand like the both of them being together, like the thought of them being together. They were concerned that he would try to hurt Jesse, he would try to hurt somebody that Jesse loved or something. So they were trying to find her to make sure that she was okay. So whatever they say, they tell the mother that, okay, but your daughter might be in danger. So like, okay, if she's not here, where is she? Because she told them that she didn't live there. So apparently she lived in Concord. I don't know where that is, but and she basically was like, she doesn't really know where her daughter lived. Okay, and then so they were like, okay, do you have a phone number? She's like, nope, I'm so sorry, like I don't know. Which is like, how do you have a 17-year-old child? You don't know where she lives, you don't have a phone number for her. What? You know what I mean? This lady, whose name was Mary Sheila, by the way, she was like, you know, becoming like more like emotional. Oh my god, like my daughter's in danger, you don't even know where she is. Oh my god, this is so ghetto. I'm using my broken thing to fan my face. But anyways, he's like, okay, but something seems kind of weird. How do you not know where your daughter lives? How do you don't have a phone number? Anyways, he was like, it's kind of sus. So he keeps like investigating her. And eventually, sis cracks. She goes, I'm Jessie. I've been using my daughter's pictures on the internet. Bitch, what? Did I do a good job like concealing it? I was trying to like, you know, oh my god. Y'all shook, right? So, Mary Sheila was using her daughter's pictures on the internet to catfish men. I don't know what she got out of it. Like, if it's like the same sense of like enjoyment that the other guy got as well. You know, like he was lacking something in his life. I don't know. So she had to fill out like this police report, but she was never charged with anything, which is, well, I mean, she didn't kill anybody, but still. But at this point, Thomas Montgomery actually sends Jessie a letter, and she's like, your little boyfriend was easy to take care of. Sir! So at this point, he doesn't even know that his beloved Jessie isn't a 17-year-old girl, that she is actually like a 46-year-old stay-at-home mom who's been using her daughter's pictures on the internet. Like, he didn't even know, and he sent that letter like, oh my god, just incriminating himself even more. I mean, anyways, which made no sense of him to deny murdering Brian, because he did deny that he did it. He's like, kill Brian. I didn't kill Brian. What are you talking about? But bro, we all know that you did it. So like, stop lying. So because Thomas was not confessing, they had to like buckle down on the evidence. They have to, you know, really have hardcore proof now that he did kill this man. They took his computer. They also had a peach pit that was left at the scene that was matched Thomas Montgomery's DNA. Also, they found like a shell casing that was left, and it was from like this really specific like old like war gun. I don't know much about guns, but I'll put the name on the screen and things. When they question him, he's like, I don't even have a gun like that. Like, what do you mean? He had a gun cabinet, and when they checked the gun cabinet, there was a slot missing. The gun that they were looking for, like, it wasn't there. That specific type of gun, it wasn't there. But they actually found an old photo that he had took of like his wife, and in the background was the gun cabinet. And when you zoom into the gun cabinet, there was that same specific type of gun. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That was the proof that they needed. Time to book him. He was arrested. I'm not sure of like the specifics surrounding like trial and stuff like that, but I do know he was arrested, and a clinical psychologist called Rex Bieber, he was saying that like, yeah, like probably in his mind, he didn't kill Brian Barrett. Marine sniper killed Brian Barrett because it was like with the sniper gun, and he was like obsessed with the army, and he never got to like see combat. He never got to like, you know, do all these things that he wanted to do, and like this Marine sniper character kind of like just took over his life, and it was like everything that he wanted to be, but like wasn't. I bet you're wondering, how does Mr. Man react when he finds out that his darling Jesse is actually playing the same game that he was playing? Wait, oh my god, thumbnail, please. It hadn't been made public or anything like that. So after he was arrested and he was taken into custody, and I guess the officers like was like, yeah, this is your Jesse, and he had nothing to say. He was just sitting there like in shock, like, oh please. Oh my god. An innocent person lost his life for no reason. So he's arrested, yada yada. And he actually tries to, you know, unalive himself in prison. I guess prison is kind of rough. Also, he lost like a lot of weight, like 100 pounds or something like that. Like within like the, like, what is on my lips? Like within the 3 months that he was in prison, like he lost like 100 pounds. Honestly, like in the documentary I was watching, I was for like a good while, I was trying to like go back and forth between like, okay, let me Google pictures of like this person, and then I was watching the documentary and I was like, is this the same person? But then I guess he was like, yeah, and then I lost 100 pounds. I was like, wow, that's crazy. He literally looks so different. But anyways, his like defense lawyer was trying to get an insanity plea, but that wasn't gonna work out because the murder was planned. At the scene, one of Brian's tires was actually slashed, which means that he thought this out and was like, yeah, I'm gonna murder him and then leave him in his car, and then also I'm gonna slash the tire so that he can't leave or drive and go anywhere. Even if he were to like survive and try to like get help for himself, he wouldn't be able to. Yeah, no. He planned it out, so there's no insanity plea, sorry. Then this guy actually had the audacity to try to rope his wife and his daughter into his little, I don't know, scheme to try to like create an alibi for himself. Anyways, his wife was straight up like, nah, he was not home. She was so over him. Love that for her. So they're trying to work out a plea deal. And so he pleads guilty to first-degree manslaughter, which is like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't manslaughter like you kill somebody but like it was an accident? Like say you were like driving, you were drunk or something, and you get into a car accident and somebody dies, wouldn't that be manslaughter? Isn't this just straight murder? Anyways, so that's the deal. He gets 20 years in prison. I bet you're wondering, what about her daughter? Like, where's her daughter? You know, Jessie. Jessie was her actual daughter's name, by the way. Like, it wasn't even a fake name that Mary Sheeler made up. She used her real daughter's name and photos and sent to multiple men, because when her computers and stuff were retrieved, they found multiple photos of her daughter, pictures that didn't look like she was aware that they were being taken. It's just very weird. Like, what kind of mother? You know, obviously she lied. I know an innocent man is dead as a result of her actions. She didn't pull the trigger, but still there's a cause and effect relationship going on there. How did the daughter find out? Like, how did her husband find out? Her daughter is the one who found out first, because I don't know if she was hearing rumors or what, but she Googled her mother, and the first thing that came up when you Googled her mother was like all these newspaper articles and everything, and all these pictures of her. And she was like, what the hell? Like, wasn't my mother doing this? So obviously she told her father. Her father had no idea. Imagine, like, there's a whole murder taking place, like a trial, all of these things, and you just straight up lie. She did not tell, like, her family, and, like, she did not tell them the full truth. She was saying, like, I was talking to this man online, and then he was friends with this other guy, and apparently he got jealous and killed the guy. That was her story. She literally left out everything else. That was the story that she told. So, her husband divorced her, as he should. His name is Tim Sheeler. Her daughter, I don't know if she has intentions of having a relationship with her mother after what she did. How do you even recover from that? Like, how do you come back from that? Can you even? I don't think you can. I don't know how things have gone since then, because it did happen in like 2006 and we're in 2021 now, so who knows what could have happened. Imagine the trust issues that you would have. And also, her husband has said that he didn't believe that she was remorseful at all, because of the fact that he didn't even tell them the truth. She didn't seem sad about somebody losing their literal lives. And also, Thomas actually attempted to kill Brian before, because in the messages he was telling Jesse that Brian made a very deadly enemy, and payback is a mother, you know, bleep. He says, payback is a mother effer, Jesse. I am the ultimate weapon. I am a Marine. No, sorry, somebody is dead. Someone lost their lives. And then she asked, what are you going to do? And then he said, let's just say your piece of shit boyfriend came within a hair of dying. Not a coochie hair. Oh, sorry. Leave a bunch of comments down below, but answer me this. Have you ever been catfished on the internet? Have you ever been catfished before? I really want to know. Also, if you made it this far, type this emoji in the comments. But yeah, he had told her that he threatened him before. Maybe this is when he tried to hit him with the car. I'm not sure, but this woman had issues. Instead of trying to talk with Brian, gossiping, and like trying to influence Brian to like spread information about this man at his work, talking about, yeah, he's a predator, yeah, he's so weird. When she saw that switch and she saw the way that this man was confiding in her about how much he hates Brian, and she knew she was still speaking to Brian, she literally could have told him, like, yeah, I don't think it's safe. Like, you need to tell somebody or do something. Like, something was wrong with her. I think she was caught up in, like, this bliss of, like, oh my god, two men are fighting over me. Like, is her life that uninteresting? I think the takeaway is that you need to love yourselves. You guys are beautiful. You guys are amazing. You guys are gorgeous. And there's gonna be people out there who love you for the way you look, for the way your personality is, who love you for the things that you laugh at, for the way that you eat, for the way that you smile, the way you dress, your aura, your vibe, your energy. They are going to love you, okay? Please do not go on the internet catfishing people, because at this point, that's literally the only reason that I could think of that she would still be encouraging this after the vile things that Marine Sniper was saying to Talhotblond. Anyways, she would still come back, and it's like, if it was like this teenage rom-com dramatic thing, like, this is real life. That's not cute what he was saying, huh? So that was that story. Leave a bunch of comments down below to tell me what you think. How do we feel about Mary? How do we feel about Thomas? Why do you think Thomas did what he did? And also, why do you think Mary did what she did? I give my opinion, now I want to hear yours. If you have any other cases that you might want me to cover, you can also leave those in the comments down below too. I am like willing to like read. Like, I love true crime, like reading about cases, like watching documentaries on stuff and things. So yeah, that's the video. I really hope you guys like this one. This one was crazy. Like, when I heard it, I had to cover it. So I really hope you like it. I think that brings us to the end of this case. And yeah, if you like this video, you could give it a thumbs up, leave a bunch of comments down below, and also click my face to subscribe, and click right here to watch another video of mine. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye!